Hello guys, welcome to Highest Forex. This is African Rebel. In this video, I want to give a breakdown of volatility 75 honest. As you all know, it is my favorite pair, my favorite index, right? So yesterday we had a setup on it. Those in the community, I'm sure you can remember. I gave this trade idea, and we are looking to sell volatility 75 honest. Now I posted a video about psychology, right? And you going back to look on your chart when whatever you have analyzed, did something, or maybe played a little and then went in a different direction, or after getting some information from your analysis, whether positive or negative, you going back to your chart to look at it to see better what you are supposed to have seen, or what the market have said to you, to see if you can still take more decisions according to that trade. So yesterday noon, or was it morning? It's morning, 9 a.m. I had this analysis, and I was we anticipate. If you can read, you can see I told them look for short. We are going to be selling when we have a sweep of this high, and with our confirmation entry. Those of you that understand our entry criteria, you know exactly when you should have executed a trade. And if I go to the trade results, you can see student of us took the trade. We all took the trade in the community. All right, those people who were active and were trading, we took the trade, and you can see, right? So that was yesterday 11 a.m., like 2 hours after the analysis was posted. So this was my own executed, but I knew, because if you look at this line, those of you that understand liquidity, I know very well that yes, something it's not really okay. So I really executed a little lot size, and we took the trade down. Okay, but something happened. The trade didn't really go as planned in in a direction for a long. If you saw the analysis I posted, it was this, right? We had this impulse. We have this impulse like this. This was the impulse we had, right? And we had this expanding kind of structure. So we're anticipating the market to come and give us a sweep at the top, so that we can start falling. Why? Because after the impulse, the corrections are in the same direction of the impulse. The swing points created after the impulse are in the same direction of the impulse. So we know that yes, it is time for reversals. But we know how it is. The market does what it wants, not what you think or what the patterns have been saying. Now, this is another reason why I look to sell, and I know that yes, selling is going to be happening on volatility 75. One is this is the impulse, right? Then look at this little channel here. It is a running channel, and running channels are what? Reversal patterns. So we knew that yeah, we have to be selling. So we sold. We had a confirmation from there. We sold, but the only profit we were able to bag is because of the only profit we were able to bag was to this level, this little 90%. If you look at the way the market went to interact with this previous swing, it's kind of like corrective phases here. You see that there's a lot of noise here. So we knew that a reversal is going to happen because the buy momentum wasn't strong. So when the market got here, we look for the sell. That was the sell you are seeing there on the result I showed to you guys, right? So we had the sell, and when it came down, instead of coming down significantly for us to continue, the market only came to 90% of this little running channel that was created. If you go to the lower time frame, you see that this is a running channel. So the market only came to the 90 and then went against our direction. Now, when you went against our direction, this is where psychology come to play. A lot of people were like, "Come on, bro, this market didn't go as for as long." But the only thing I did was to go back into the chart and analyze further, look into the price to see what was going on. So I zoomed out a little, and then I was able to see that the market is trying to actually meet up a particular criteria before initiating to our direction. Okay, so what happened is that I saw this 1 2 3, right? I saw an impulse from this level. I saw an impulse like this. This is a significant impulse to the downside. So I saw 1 2, and I know that yes, when you have 1 2 pattern trading, you know that you need to anticipate the third touch of it. So I find a way to connect what is going on. Was the only currency that was created, and this was a dynamic side because the market was still moving at that time by on this level. So I tried to fix this 1 2. All right. So when I fixed this, what I did was we were to just sell right after the third touch, but we don't sell in my community without liquidity. All right, we understand liquidity aside price patterns, so we don't sell without liquidity. So we are always waiting for liquidity to be taken before we engage. All right, and we always trade with the trend, so we always wait for liquidity to be taken, and then our swing points We always wait for market to interact with them before we know if it's time or not. We don't blindly follow the patterns. We don't just reject patterns and sell off or buy. All right. So if you want to understand how we deal with the market, look in the description and come for proper mentorship. All right. So when we had that, the market kept, creating higher highs and higher highs. All I did was just to evolve till the final place. I evolved there, the market came again, did the normal highs again, and then I evolved to this level. When I evolved to that level, the more you evolve your current structure, the more you shouldn't really respect the past. Because if I were to respect the past, I should put this guy here and this one will be left out. But this is more current than this. This originated this, and this is originating the current structure. So I'm supposed to cater for what is originating the current structure and the current structure itself. All right. So I had a pattern like this, 1, 2, and then I had to bring this guy like this. Okay. So for those of you who understand this, you can see we have a little bit of expansion there. And when we have expansion, we know it is still reversals, right? Because the more it expands, the more momentum is being lost. Okay. So from there, whenever you know that pattern trading, if the market is after leaving the theta, which is the most impactful story, what we anticipate more is for it to break and come to 90%. All right. So we had the 90% target right there. Okay. You can see the target is already met, and you can see on my screen too the price. You can see on my screen too. All right, the trade we took and where we executed our trade, and we are still holding this trade because we are targeting a 1 hour target. We have a 1 hour target because after breaking down this particular chart, after analyzing and seeing the 90%, I went to the higher time frame to see what the overall direction and structure is saying, so I could know if I'm to swing it or I'm to hold it. I'm not a fan of swinging, but this particular one I'm going to swing it. So that was it. And after this rejection, those of you in the community, you know what we looked at, and then we were able to get our entries very well on the places you can see on my screen, the entries. And this is currently our trade is running and we are still holding. Now, why I said we got our final take profit on the 1 hour is that, let's go to the 1 hour so you can see. Whenever you analyze the chart, yeah, we like the lower time frame because that is where, from the lower time frame, is how you get the bigger risks to the world. All right, some of the things that make sense, most of the things that make sense on the lower time frame that give you the proper trades as a day trader, you won't get on the higher time frame. If I was on the higher time frame, I don't see a reason why we should take a trade on the 1 hour like we did. The 1 hour won't give us a reason to take a trade when we did. All right, but if you understand the lower time frames like we do, you know that, yeah, we are supposed to take a trade, right? And if you only trade patterns, you definitely won't take a trade on the higher time frame like this. You won't, because of the fact that, yes, we have this, we know we are in a downtrend, we have 1, 2, right? So we have 1, 2, so we have 1, 2. So pattern trading, what are we looking at? Of course, it's very difficult for a pattern trader to take a trade when it's not a third touch. Those of you that only understand the patterns and not the swing point very well, it's almost impossible unless you are very advanced. All right. So we have 1, 2, right? So a lot of pattern traders will be just, maybe they were able to figure out a buy here, and they will be holding it to come to this swing point like this. But what happened? The market dropped. But we understand swing point, so we know, and we were able to take the trade from the second touch. So if you look at our entries, you can see clearly that our entry was taken from the second touch of this guy. And because of the trend we see on the lower time frame, creating lower lows, and now we have created a higher low that is lower than the previous high, we know that the market is what? The market is falling down, not only to this previous swing point, but to a third touch of our trend line. So that is why I've decided to, all right, let's swing this guy, because volatility 75 is always moving when it is triggered. So if you want to understand how we deal with the market, if you want to be part of the community to also take advantage of our trade ideas and trade signals we give to our students, please look in the description below and come for proper mentorship. Thanks for watching.